Good day, and welcome to Hiroshima University's English Podcast.
皆さんこんにちは。アメリカは愉快だにようこそ。I'm Kay.
And I'm Joe, and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Yay! We wish you all a great 2020,
Yay!
Right? The year of the Olympics, right?
Wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
Yeah.
So Joe, what do Americans do on New Year's?
Actually, they don't do anything, practically.
What?
Most people don't do much. I really think they just kind of lay around the house.
ブラブラするということですね。
Right. New Year's in America, for most people, is not so important.
Really?
Christmas, a few days before, is much more important. New Year's is very short. Most companies only have maybe the first off and maybe half of the 31st. So most companies close at about noon on the 31st, but by January 2nd, they're already going to business.
Wow.
The students have a little bit longer off, but most workers have to work. What do Americans do? Men like to watch college football games, for example, right? And young people, of course, they might go to parties.
Oh, yeah.
And the parties will probably be in a bar or somewhere, probably not in someone's house.
Okay.
Right, so they might have parties like that. And some cities have fireworks. Of course, New York, Chicago, Seattle. The big cities have fireworks. Probably the most famous place for New Year's, of course, is New York.
Oh, yes.
Which has Times Square, right? And they do a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like all that.
Times Square 有名ですね。
Another very good place in America for New Year's is Disney World and Disneyland, of course.
Oh.
They have lots of stuff, of course. And again, so people kind of go to these parties.
Yes.
They sing Old Lang Syne.
蛍の光ですね。
Yeah, you all know
日本語だ
that,
と
right? And most Americans, they kind of know the words, right? Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Like that.
Good singing.
That's probably enough of that, right? Good. Another thing that young people might do, especially in northern cities, it's called a polar bear swim. So especially like in Milwaukee or in Minneapolis, like in Milwaukee when I was in college, we jumped into Lake Michigan.
Yeah, that crazy practice
1st.
that I've never understood.
Especially in the northern, very, very cold cities, they might do a polar bear swim. And also, of course, America has lots of ethnic groups. So each group, for example, the Chinese Americans, the Japanese Americans, Filipino Americans, Korean Americans, they all celebrate pretty much in their neighborhoods like that. And one more thing that a lot of Americans do are New Year's resolutions, right?
新年の抱負を掲げるそうです。
Right, so you kind of wish that you can lose weight, or you say this next year I'm going to study more, something like that. People don't do it so much, but they do it a little bit, right?
今回はももちゃんがカーソンと一緒にアメリカのお正月を過ごしています。ももちゃんはアメリカの新年って日本とは全然違う。日本では家族と過ごすけどアメリカでは友達とパーティーしたり飲んだりするんだねっていうふうに言ってます。で、カーソンはねえ、君はケグのあるお正月したことないと思うんだけどというふうに言ってます。To bet で検討をつけるとか想像をするという意味ですね。
But it kind of means like I think. I really think. Especially young people say it. I bet you cannot do that. You're kind of almost challenging there. Or I bet it's going to rain tomorrow. The clouds look kind of rainy like that. You're really kind of being very brave and you kind of think this, right? And again in the dialogue, Carson says that he bets that she has never done New Year's with a keg before.
だから、a keg っていうのは樽のことですね。
Yes, and especially beer, right? And especially college students, when they have a party, they'll buy a whole keg, a huge keg, and they drink a lot, right? They're pretty cheap too.
Really?
Right, beer in
really
America.
Expensive.
No, beer in America, the taxes are very low, so it's very cheap drinking, right?
I'm so jealous of them. で、カーソンはここで、モモに飲み物取りに行こうかというふうに誘っています。to grab で何々を取るっていうことですね。
Right, especially to grab a bite. I want to get something to eat. I'm going to grab a bite, they say.
噛む?
Right. To grab a bite, that means to get some food. Right. You can also, and in the dialogue, he says he's going to grab a drink. So you can grab some food or grab a drink.
でモモは、あのパンチめっちゃ美味しそうっていう風に言ってます。ここのパンチっていうのは、I think it doesn't mean like slapping somebody.
That's right. It's kind of a drink, kind of like soda. It's a sweet juice kind of thing. Sometimes they put fruit in it, that kind of thing.
で、ももちゃんがここでちょっとうわっていうものを見つけてしまいます。Oh my gosh ってうわーっていう意味です。
Right. It's kind of a polite way to...You know, if you say, oh my God,
yes.
That some people don't like that. It's too strong,
like
too
Christians.
strong. That's right, right. But if you say, oh my gosh, usually most people, that's okay, no problem.
気をつけましょう。
はい。
あの女の子、吐いてるっていう風にももちゃんが言ってます。To throw up って吐くという意味です。
Right, it's not good to throw up, right? To vomit is another word you might hear. To vomit or to throw up. But especially conversation, throw up.So yesterday he threw up.
Ew.
Right, so just remember the past is threw, right? Not throwed or anything, that threw. Yesterday he threw up. Ew, right, I agree. Right.
で、今日の最後の面白い表現です。Joe, what is he saying next?
He says that a girl over there drank herself sick.
気持ち悪くなるほど飲んでしまったということですね。
Right, she couldn't even wait until midnight to drink herself sick. That's not good to drink yourself sick, right?
Yeah.
Kay, did you ever drink yourself sick?
Actually, never. Yeah.
I have done it a lot. No, but not recently. Not recently. When I was young.
Yeah, keep it as a secret. それではゆっくりなスピードで聞いてシャドーイングをしてみてください。その後ナチュラルなスピードで聞いてみましょう。
Whoa! We are here. Carson, my first American New Year's party. This is so different from New Year's in Japan.
Really? How?
Well, back in Japan, everyone goes home to their families. Here in America, it seems to be about partying, drinking, and being with friends.
Haha. Yeah. That's 'cause we have Christmas to spend with families.
It's so strange that Japan and America have a lot of the same holidays. But they're really not the same at all.
Yeah. Hey, I bet you've never done New Year's with a keg before.
A keg?
Momo, I explained this to you before. And you've seen one. A keg is a barrel. And in college, it's a barrel of beer. Let's go. Grab a drink.
That punch looks pretty good, too. Oh my gosh. Is that girl okay? She's throwing up.
Ew, gross. She couldn't even wait until midnight to drink herself sick.
Wow, we're here, Carson. My first American New Year's party. This is so different from New Year's in Japan.
Really? How?
Well, back in Japan, everybody goes home to their families. Here in America, it seems to be about partying, drinking, and being with friends.
Yeah, that's 'cause we have Christmas to spend with families.
It's so strange that Japan and America have a lot of the same holidays, but they're really not the same at all.
Yeah. Hey, I bet you've never done New Year's with a keg before.
A keg?
Momo, I explained this to you before, and you've seen one. A keg is a barrel, and in college, it's a barrel of beer. Let's go grab a drink.
The punch looks pretty good too. Oh my gosh, is that girl okay? She's throwing up.
Ew, gross. She couldn't even wait until midnight to drink herself sick.
今回ももちゃんはこんなことにアメリカの、お正月を体験できました。皆さんもぜひ他の国に行った時はパーティーとかに行ってみて、お正月どんな感じか見てみてくださいね。
Right, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next time at Hiroshima University's English Podcast. Bye.
バイバイ。皆さんこんにちは。Questions from our listeners のコーナーへようこそ。
Yes, questions from our listener, and this week's question is for Kay. Kind of unusual,
Yay.
right? Yes. And the question is from Seika in Kagawa, right? And Seika asks, where are you from, Kay?
Okay. Technically, I was born in Hiroshima and grew up in Okayama Prefecture because my father had business in Okayama.
Okay.
But my mother is from Hiroshima Prefecture, so
Okay.
that's why I was born in Hiroshima. And actually, my father is from Kagawa. Yay! Just like Seika-san.
Right. So several places there for Kay.
Yeah. それではまだまだ私たちへの文化的な質問、個人的な質問をお待ちしております。It can be super personal question.
Yeah.
Twitter、Facebook、あとアプリのレビューや書き込みでどんどん送ってください。
Not too personal.
Not too
though.
personal.
No, that's right. See you.
Bye!